like he was going to swing, he was going to shoot him dead. Gaedel, wearing number 1/8, climbed out of a birthday cake in between the doubleheader. Apparently nervous by the large crowd, told Vec he didn't want to bat anymore. Vec then threatened to kill him again. In the first inning, Gaedel pinch hit, and to everyone's surprise, a dwarf was at the plate. He walked on 4 straight pitches.
Shit.
Went to first base, immediately got a pinch.
I'm surprised like the umpires didn't intervene and say anything about this. You know what I mean? These major league umpires nowadays would be like, what the fuck? Did the umpires like have the know-how that they were gonna use this tactic? Like,
runner and exited the game to a massive applause and laughter. Gaedel instantly became known across the country and booked somewhere from $60,000 to $120,000 worth of bookings in today's dollars within a week of the stunt. A week later, he was arrested for public intoxication and told the police he was a professional baseball player.
I would assume that, okay, the cop not knowing is, I mean, I can see the cop's reason for not believing, but the cop would have had to know that a dwarf was in the major leagues, because I'm sure this was like on every news station, radio, black and white TV in America at that time.
Vec would keep hiring him and once booked him to dress up as a Martian, invade the field, and abduct 2 players in another stunt years later. Gaedel tragically passed away a decade later after getting beat up on the street while leaving a bowling alley and never got the chance to hit again. Because
wow,
the
rest
day
in
after
peace.
the stunt, the American League voided his contract, and MLB made a new rule that required the league president to approve each contract before a player enters a game, effectively banning little people from playing Major League Baseball. 50 years later, Commissioner Bud Selig doubled down on the ban, saying, quote, "It turned the game into a farce." But how effective would a team of little people actually be? Assuming the little person would be ineffective in the field and on the base pass, they would only be able to hit once per game, then be subbed out for a runner. According to calculations done by Nate Silver, if a little person led the game off with a walk, he would increase his team's winning odds by 4.6%. If he did this every single game, he would be worth somewhere between 7 to 8 wins. Last season, that would have made him the 4th most productive position player in baseball by WAR. But that's assuming he would get walked every time. The last 2 times people have tried this resulted in the little people striking out. It's clear some pitchers would still hit the strike zone. According to baseball statistician Tom Tango, a walk is worth 0.03 wins, and an out is worth negative 0.027 wins. So for a little person who can only walk or get out and cannot field or run, he would need an on-base percentage of .530 to be an average yet serviceable MLB player. The question is, could MLB players strike them out more than 50% of the time? Major leaguers like Francisco Rodriguez don't think so, saying he'd rather throw to Babe Ruth than a little person. A former general manager for the Astros doubted they could, saying if he was still a GM and MLB lifted the ban, he'd be willing to sign a little person. And author Todd Gallagher assembled an entire team of little people to face former major leaguer Dana Keuchel. He walked the first 5 batters in a row, ended up walking 7 of the 10 batters he faced, gave up 4 runs, left the game, and the team of little people finished with an on-base percentage of 700. If a little person could consist...
But I will say, I'm sure that if he had actually like trained and like, I don't know if he did any like preparation, but I'm sure if he actually like prepared, you know, because once again, if they're not going to swing and all you have to do is get in the strike zone, it has to be possible. I'm sure if he had like prepared, you know, to like throw in that small zone, he could have gotten them out. I don't know how much prep the pitcher did. That's like a big part of this formula.
Get walked. At this rate, they would be the most effective pinch hitter in the game, and all it would take is someone like Bill Veeck with the balls to challenge MLB and try it.
MLB, you should go for it. I mean, you're already doing stuff to try to make the game faster, you know, try to get more runners, you know, with the new rules, with the pitch clock and the extra innings rules and stuff like that with the runner on second, you know. just go for it at this point. You know what I mean? Baseball's already a much better game, in my opinion, than it was 10 years ago. Yeah, like when it comes to me and watching baseball, right, guys? I was like a big fan of watching baseball when I was a kid. Like, I'll say like '08 through like 2013, 14, right? But like after that, I just completely stopped watching baseball. I wasn't interested in it in the slightest, right? But then I like heard about the new rules and stuff like that, and I started seeing baseball on social media a little bit more. And like last year, I started watching baseball very, very loosely, and I started going to games, major and minor league games. And I'll never see myself like committing to watching 102 games a year or like following the team closely. But I will admit the new rules have made baseball just a lot better to watch on TV and in person. And it has made me want to give a crap about the MLB again. You know what I mean? So baseball does have that going for it. Who knows? Maybe I will get like really, really absorbed into baseball and its culture and stuff like that again. Probably not, but I will say I do think the new MLB rules are seeing how they've rolled out over the past 4 years. I don't know what baseball's consensus is, but me personally, it has made me want to watch the game again. So it's been successful in that.
DJ T Stomp here, and your girl glad to see him.